Hello everyone, and welcome to another book review. This time I am reviewing God School by Scott Kinkade. I actually just finished this book today. I've been reading it for the last week or so on and off. It's not a particularly long book, I've just been really busy, and I very much enjoyed it. When I first picked up this book, it was described to me to be kind of like Harry Potter. I feel the characters aren't as well described as many of the Harry Potter characters are. They lack some of the depth that you see in books like Harry Potter, but that I also think stems from it being just a shorter book in general. This is the first book in a series. As far as I can tell, it is labeled as book 1, so there's going to be more, and it's all about these groups of people who go to school to become gods rather than wizards, but they go and they train their powers, and obviously there has to be some sort of plot, and there is a group of evil gods that have turned against Bethos, who's kind of like the headmaster, and one of them ends up going rogue and like pulling monsters out of another dimension, and everyone has to go and stop them. So that's like the basic overview of the book. Obviously there are betrayals and surprises and twists and turns along the way. And I think this was a very good book. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. But that being said, there's room for improvement, as there is with just about anything. And I think Scott Kinkade could definitely write deeper characters, especially in a book like this where there's a lot going on. Now, you do get to know a lot about a couple of characters' pasts as to why they are the way they are, and that was a very cool aspect of the book. I very much enjoyed that part of it. I think that was really important to the story, and 2, it was written very well. Sometimes when you jump backwards and forwards in time, it gets difficult to understand what's going on. That was not the case for this part. However, there were times where the character who was there were times where the point of view changed between different characters in the book, and sometimes that was difficult to understand, when it was happening. That may be because I was reading a digital form of the book, and perhaps in a paper form of the book it would be more pronounced. And maybe there's a bigger break in the paragraphs or something like that. I'm not really sure. But I did find it a little difficult to understand at times when they switched between the viewpoints of the characters. That being said, like I said, I think it's a really good book overall. Definitely recommend it to people who enjoy, fantasy, sci-fi kind of stuff. This is definitely more fantasy than sci-fi, but it's a little sci-fi, not too much. They talk about the creation of every universe. This particular story takes place in the universe after our current universe that we are living in. But I would definitely say this is more fantasy than sci-fi, but if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, I would definitely recommend that you check it out. And anyway, that has been another book review. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and as always, I'm the Purple Peggy Sis, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!